if I were to say Doom 2016 was the best FPS I've ever played, Doom Eternal is the best FPS I've ever played. Electric Boogaloo.
Okay, so it's currently, 11:45, and I'm just about to get ready to go to bed, and I'm just installing Windows on my Mac, as you can see, so I can get a bootable USB flash drive made on Windows, ready for the PC build that's ready to go. All of the PC parts will arrive tomorrow, so I'm going to be getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to be leaving at least 6:30. We'll go from there really and see how it goes. So this is the night before Quakecon. I'm off to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, good morning. It's 6 o'clock. Okay guys, so I've switched to the GoPro, and since I'm going to be using this to document the whole entire journey so I can save battery on my phone, so bottoms up, here's the Quakecon, let's go. Some good coffee right there. So I left around 6:30 just to make sure I got there all on time and beat the dreaded rush hour. The journey there was quite simple, so I just got there on time. The doors for Quakecon are opened by 9, but why did I leave so early? Well, to put it bluntly, how you get yourself hands-on with Doom Eternal is if you arrive as early as 8 AM to get admitted and get yourself a session booked as early as possible. I initially thought it was going to be a walk-in public space and then get some hands-on. Turns out I was wrong, so I arrived as early as possible and admitted myself, asking for the earliest time slot available. Everything has been set into stone. All I had to do now was wait. 9 AM hits. The doors are now open. I've been all admitted and ready to experience Quakecon. Jesus Christ. Oh, what? Is that the helmet for the Collector's Edition? Wait, what? Oh my god! It's amazing! Holy sh! They had a lot of things to do, and a lot of things to see for sure. They had a row of 6 computers for some deathmatching on Zandronum, which I've played an absolute ton of. I've made a few friends from just hanging out and getting some frags here and there. That was my first time playing proper deathmatch on classic Doom. It was so much fun to have people in the same room as you, just having a good time in general. It felt like I went back to the days where you could hear the screeching dial-up from half a mile away. I had a blast playing deathmatch with people that would randomly jump in and out. It just gave me a feel for what Quakecon was all about. Then moving on, I checked out some of the classic Doom games on different retro consoles. They had the Doom ports ranging from the PS1, Sega 32X, well, they disabled the music for obvious reasons, Nintendo 64, and even the Atari Jaguar. It was so interesting to have a go at different versions with all the different controllers. It was fantastic stuff. They also had a bunch of computers with Doom 1 and 2, TNT, Plutonia, and Evolution as well. So a lot of variety with my dooming, which is a great first impressions of Quakecon so far. Alright, let's go. Which one should I choose? Oh my god, guys. So, here we go. I'm going to be playing Doom Eternal right now. Ready? Let's go. So let's talk about my hands-on with Doom Eternal, finally. The moment you've been waiting for. Hands-on was only half an hour unfortunately, and I couldn't opt in for another session. But holy shit did the first impressions not disappoint. So now I've played Doom Eternal. The $1 million question is, what did I think? I got to play the E3 demo, which I wish I played something different, but I think they don't want to spoil the story, which is a smart move by id. Firstly, let's get to the gunplay, and rest assured the gunplay feels absolutely fantastic. The weapons sound meaty, they have the perfect amount of recoil, and the design of all the weapons gives that vibe of badassery like none other. The super shotgun was my favourite for sure, especially with the meat hook mod. I was able to bridge the gap between me and the demons that spawned in. I just thought that was amazing. Every gun I tried out was awesome. The super shotgun reload was a little off when I used the meat hook at the same time. The animation would slightly freak out, but this is just a demo and I just can't blame it really. And to anybody who's curious, yes, you can still ghost jump with the ballista just like it could in 2016 with the ghost cannon. Maybe a little bit more powerful. Moving on, each gun has its own individual strengths and weaknesses, and how you apply the meta for what gun you use is incredibly important. I noticed the rockets on the rocket launcher felt slightly slower than before, while at the same time being way more powerful compared to 2016's launcher. The plasma gun can now tear down any shields demons may have. A good example is the new demon, which is the Carcass. He can spawn in an energy shield right in your face, which acts like an area of denial. If you were to fire a rocket at the Carcass, the AI would know immediately what's happening and throw that shield right in front of you, causing massive splash damage from your own rocket, so you can two-shot yourself, so be really careful when you use a rocket launcher. But with the plasma, you can break through those shields very effectively. Same applies with those annoying security zombies with their shields too. I didn't use the frag grenades all that much as I was focusing so much on trying to survive the relentless onslaught, so weapons mean a lot more in this game than 2016 did, and that's awesome. The gunplay feels more strategic and sucks you into the chaos as you experiment with what guns are most effective against which demon you face. Okay, so next up is movement. The movement is all new to me and it took me a while to get down the double dash. The movement speed is a bit slower compared to 2016, but oddly enough, I kinda like it. It has a very slight, subtle heaviness to the movement. Thing is, you have to use the environment to navigate yourself around, rather than solely relying on your movement speed. You carry all your momentum with you as you swing off the monkey bars or grapple hook off cane elementals and double dash across the blood-soaked finishing line. The movement is something to get used to for sure. The Doom dance is much more frantic and engaging. If you're not concentrating, you will die a lot. A lot of people have been saying Doom Eternal looks slow. The movement is not much slower than 2016, but to compensate for this, the pacing around you is much more intense with all the new speed chess, rock, paper, scissor-esque mechanics. The pacing is much more than just shoot at it until it dies and explodes into a thin red paste. What are their weak points? Can you disable their primary attack? Should you use a shotgun or a long-range weapon to take them out? Which one is best? Those are the questions you'll be asking yourself constantly in Doom Eternal. Alright, next up is level design. The platforming sections are amazing, jumping from platform to climbing up walls and swinging off the monkey bars. It has way more environmental navigation compared with 2016. This isn't a gimmick, this serves a purpose for your specific moveset and set of abilities in mind. With the platforming, if you fall off, you will respawn back to where you fell from and lose some of your health so you don't die as soon as you fall off, which is a welcome addition to a game where you go around levels via absolutely crazy near-miss jumps, double dashing, climbing, etc. So if you fall, don't sweat it, you'll lose some of your health but you'll spawn back on the edge to give it another try. There's still your traditional secrets and other things to explore, and also you'll be able to find secret gore nests that act like bonus stages of a platformer, except you're ripping tearing through demon flesh. The audio from my playthrough was spot on, everything from the gunshots to the distant wailing and roars of demons nearby nails the badassery. The glory kills sound absolutely disgusting, way more impactful sounding than they did compared to 2016. You will hear the marrow of their bones collapsing and snapping in two. You will hear the explosion of their craniums as you crush their skulls from beneath your feet. Speaking of the glory kills, let's talk about those for a few moments. The glory kills just got way crazier. I absolutely love the glory kill where you grab a demon and essentially do what Bane did to Batman's back in The Dark Knight Rises. Also, the Doom Blade is a perfect addition that adds way more variety to the glory kills. wherever you're skewing zombie men through their mouths to chopping their heads and torsos off with sheer precision. I can't wait to see what the other glory kills look like, it's just gonna be amazing, I can't wait. Okay, let's talk about the most important thing in this first impressions. Let's talk about the difficulty and how engaging this game is because of said difficulty. This game is much harder than 2016. I cannot stress how important it is to never stop moving, never stop harvesting the resources you need from the demons, because if you're not careful, you will die a ton in Doom Eternal. I've had the difficulty on the medium setting, so not a clear indication of what exact difficulty that was, but I assume it was ultraviolence. The difficulty really emphasises you stay on your feet, concentrate on your aim, and watch your ammo, health, armour, all at the same time figuring out which demon to prioritise. It just gets your nerves going. It tests every part of your reflexes, aim, platforming skills, resource management. Everything about the game just keeps you engaged at all times, never stopping the pace. It's exhilarating to say the least. It's clear that id Software have amped up the damage input significantly to prevent me from using the same gun over and over again until the end of the level. My first death was because I wasn't paying attention to what weapon was most effective. I just kept on using the super shotgun and I got smoked real fast. It rewards smart split-second decisions that will truly make you feel like a badass. The power fantasy described in Doom Eternal is something you have to earn yourself. It's not going to be a simple walk in the park like 2016's Hurt Me Plenty difficulty. You'll learn your mistakes from death, which is why it makes the game much more engaging because you learn what you did wrong and how to do it right. The damage output from the demons is way higher compared to 2016. The Mancubus will absolutely destroy you if you're not paying attention. And also the amazing music from Mick Gordon sounds excellent, adding more to that power fantasy that gets you ready to kill everything that stands in your way. I can see this being Doom 2016 soundtrack but on a completely different level. With all of that said, if I were to say Doom 2016 was the best FPS I've ever played, Doom Eternal is the best FPS I've ever played. Electric Boogaloo. My time with Doom Eternal had been an absolute blast. Very few people had mixed feelings on YouTube about the different mechanics that I mentioned earlier, but in my opinion, I can't wait to get more time with this game. And to conclude, my time with Quakecon was one of the best Saturdays I've ever had for a while. I absolutely loved every moment of the event, from getting my hands on with Doom Eternal, to playing some deathmatch with randoms, sometimes just kicking their ass despite of my complete lack of map knowledge, and to meeting people as well as talking to them about all things Doom and old school gaming in general, and I felt like I was right at home. So, Quakecon, if you're listening, please, let this happen next year. Make it happen next year. I would go without hesitation again. I mean, I wish I could go back in time to Saturday and experience it all over again. What a blast Quakecon was, and what a blast playing the Doom Eternal demo was. So, there you have it. My first impressions with Doom Eternal and my first ever convention, which was Quakecon Europe. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Please be sure to leave a like on this video, it really does help me out a ton. And also be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to stay notified of when I make a new video. And as always, have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. My name's Who Wants Coffee, thank you so much for watching and for all of the support. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.